After I posted the week that was on YouTube, I thought about it, decided I needed an epilogue to it because I needed to sort of explain what it was that I was doing for myself as well as for someone else who might look at it. I've had a camera capable of taking video for a long, long time. As a matter of fact, this camera, which is a Canon A570, which is probably a good 10 years old. I've taken a lot of pictures with it over the years, but I never took any video to speak of. I don't know why. I just didn't think about it. And it had only a 2 gigabyte card in it. Well, it came with an even smaller one, but I had managed to get a 2 gigabyte card years ago. And it had a 2 gigabyte card in it, which would take an awful lot of pictures, but it wouldn't take a lot of video. So I just never thought about taking a video with it. And I started actually taking a little bit of video when I got this Galaxy S3, Samsung Galaxy S3 smartphone. I started taking some video, mainly looking at it on the phone, and then sometimes putting it in the computer and looking at it, and got to enjoying that. And I started watching some people on YouTube who did daily vlogs. A vlog is a video log, and some do it daily, some do it once or twice a week or something like that. And they just sort of record what they're doing or what's going on in their life. And I thought that was kind of neat, and I decided I'd try it myself because I had missed taking so much video. I'd missed so many things that I wish I had video of. My grandchildren when they were little bitty things, my mother when she was alive. A lot of things I would have loved to have had video for that I didn't have. So I started just experimenting around taking video. I started with the Galaxy. I bought a windshield mount that would go on my car, and I could mount it on the windshield. It works pretty good, except it does vibrate some. But one thing, the Straits and Jackson are rough as a cob. I then tried hand holding this Canon camera some, and that worked pretty good. And the more I did it, the more I began to see how to point the camera and all. The other thing that I wanted to practice was also how to edit the video, because I found out right quickly that as important as the video and even more time consuming is the editing of the video. That really makes the video. I also learned that to just keep the camera running, you can always edit out anything you don't want, and that way you don't miss anything while you're trying to get the camera fired up. That's especially true if you have a large memory card like I do. So I learned a lot by doing this. It was strictly as an experiment. I'm going to do more videos. These videos are only of interest to me and maybe my family and a few friends. But they were practice for me and also to learn how to put them up on YouTube. I've never done that. It's much easier than you'd think. I would advise any of you that have anything that will take video, whether it's your smartphone or whether you have a camera. And by the way, I'm inserting, at the end of this, I'm inserting a little clip that shows you my new camera, the one that I'm talking into right now, the new Canon ELPH 150IS. And I'll tell you about it. It's a far superior camera, even though it's much smaller. It's very small. It's easy to carry. You can buy the camera for $130. They make some models that are down to $100 that work just about as well. I want to do this clip to show my new camera. It's a Canon ELPH 150IS. I have my old Canon A570 here just for comparison in size. As you can see, they're both about the same size, width and height. However, the new camera is not quite as tall, so it's a little bit smaller. It's really quite tiny. And then if you set them up on edge, you can really see the difference here. The old camera has this swelling right here because it was powered by 2 AA batteries, and it is a battery hog. It eats them up. This camera has a tiny little removable battery that really is not a whole lot bigger than a memory card, and yet it will power the camera so much longer. And of course, the internal workings, the software and hardware of the camera are much more efficient. This camera is probably 10 years old. I don't even remember how long I've had it. This little Band-Aid is stuck on there because it covers the microphone, and it acts as to stop the wind noise in the deal. The microphone on this camera is a little dot right there, and I've got to do the same thing to it because the wind is quite noisy when you're outside. I'll turn them on so you can see what they look like when they're powered up. Again, the difference in size is pretty apparent here. This camera can easily slip in your pocket. It's not any bigger. Well, actually, it's not as big as a lot of modern smartphones. The screen on the back is much larger than the old phone, the old camera. I keep wanting to call it a phone. And that helps a whole lot too. And the controls are probably a little bit simpler. The old camera was a 7.1 megapixel camera, and it had a 4 times optical zoom, and then a 4 times digital zoom, which was really blurry. This camera is a 20 megapixel lens, or rather chip in it, 20 megapixel, and it has a 10 times optical zoom and then another 10 digital. But the 10 times optical zoom really gets you in and is really clear and sharp. The images from the new camera are much sharper than the old camera, but you're looking at 10 or more years advancement in the art, so you'd expect that. But I'm really pleased with this camera. I had bought a 32 gigabyte memory card for this camera. It came with a 2 gigabyte card, which didn't let you shoot a lot of video. You could shoot a lot of pictures, but not that much video. And Amazon had a real good sale on memory cards, and I was able to buy a 32 gigabyte memory card for, I think it was a little over $10. So when I got this camera, it does not come with a memory card. I was able to put the 32 gigabyte card in this camera, which gives me, oh God, a lot of room to take video, and put the 2 gigabyte back in this camera just as a backup. So I have 32 gigabytes of storage here. I can just take video all day long, and the battery goes so much longer. So it's quite an improvement. So I would suggest to anyone that you start taking video of things because it's your record. It's something you have. You can keep it in your own computer. There's all sorts of cloud storage now, free cloud storage with Dropbox and Google and Microsoft that don't cost you anything, and you really have a lot of storage that you're allowed on there. So you can keep these videos, and if you decide you don't want it, you delete it. It costs you nothing except a little battery power. So I would suggest to everyone that you do this. I'm going to continue to do it. I appreciate you watching these videos. If you would subscribe to my channel so you'll see any future videos I put up, I'll appreciate it. If you would like to comment on any of them, that's helpful too. Any hints that you might have. There are always trolls out there who love to make nasty comments and so forth, and I'll just tell you right away, you can go on and do it, but if you do that and all you want to do is hurt somebody's feelings, you're just an idiot, and I am way too old to be interested in the opinion of idiots about anything anymore, so you won't bother me at all. Thank you so much for watching this, and I hope you do watch the videos I put up in the future.